BOZO now going to Turkey as well, yeah? This bum.
BOZO.
Absolute
Osimhen?
Bro, yes.
Greed.
Why?
Greed is a deadly sin.
BOZO.
No, you guys offered him less money than Tosin. Don't you be having a go at him?
Bro, Terry.
No, hold on. How can a guy be a bum if he was apparently the key to making you title challenges?
He's a BOZO for not
He wants to play Europa League football. That's what it is.
Yeah, he found it in Turkey instead of going Saudi because it was Saudi or Chelsea. Yeah, he messed up his Saudi deal and he didn't want to.
Hang on. I'm calling you out, Don. In the group chat, you said if he goes Saudi and picks money over legacy, the man's got no heart. He tried to come to Chelsea, but you offered him £65,000 a week as a base contract when he's on nearly 300 grand a week now. He turned it down. And now Napoli don't want him, so he's going on loan to a club to keep playing until January, where he's going to source another move. I don't understand how Chelsea fans are angry at a player
do you honestly
turning down 65 grand a week.
Do you honestly think a guy that's getting 10 million euros a year was offered 65k a week, bro?
It's been reported by Fabrizio Romano and by DiMarzio that you guys offered him somewhere in the region of about half of his basic wage now as a base, with incentives if you guys got into the Champions League and if he was a top goal scorer. So it could have gone up to as high as about 150, 160, which is still almost half of what he's being paid now. How is he greedy and a bum?
Yeah, but Terry, this is the thing though. What I'm saying with him, right? He obviously wanted to get a big move. He messed up because he thought he'd have all these clubs queuing up for him. It didn't happen this time around because Napoli
you queued up for him.
Yeah, we came in for him, and obviously Saudi came in for it, right? For me, with Osimhen, he should have come, and within a year, bro, his money would have gone back up, bro. Same sort of thing with Palmer, right? As long as he proves it, his money will go up. But he wanted a guaranteed paycheck, and now he's start going to Galatasaray, bro. You know what I'm saying? Absolute BOZO.
But he's not a young kid who's just coming through. He's an established player who's won titles, who is well coveted. You can't be. Look, you are an experienced recruiter, right? And you're very good at your job. Yes.
Yeah.
You would. If a prestigious company, a bigger company than yours, came into you but wanted to put you on junior level money and said, "But if in a year's time you've hit these numbers, we'll put you onto a higher wage," you ain't taking that pay cut for a year on a promise that might not be delivered.
No, but Terry, the difference is he had no other option. That's my.
No, he did have another. No, he does have another option. Stay where he is, go on loan for 6 months, and then try again in January. That's an option.
Terry, do you think Osimhen was planning to go Galatasaray this summer?
No, I'm not stating that. I'm not stating that for a second. I'm just pointing out that you know as well as I do. And look, people say no one said that. DiMarzio has said it. Fabrizio hasn't given the amounts, but he spoke about how you made multiple offers and broke it down. Yeah. There's credible journalists that have said it was a much lower offer than his current wage, and a lot of it wasn't based. I think he's done what he thinks is right. He's not a bozo. He isn't greedy or money hungry. He just didn't think your offer was suitable for a player of his standards.
Yeah, so clearly you didn't want to come to the club that much then, did you? You know what I'm saying? You're here talking to John Obi Mikel.
Nah, I'm sorry. You can't be expecting players to take a 50% wage cut to play for Chelsea who ain't even in the Champions League, bro.
Sancho and Felix took a significant wage cut, bro. Both of them.
But hang on, but it's different. Sancho, Dortmund didn't want him after he did well there. He wanted out of Man United and he's flopped for us, and we wanted to recoup money. Felix is in the last chance saloon of his career because nobody else wants him. Yeah, but Osimhen is not in the same scenario as those two, bro. Come on.
I get that, Terry, but what I'm saying is, bro, if he went to Saudi, it would make more sense because Saudi offered him the bag, right? He didn't even end up going Saudi, is my point. He's ended up going to Galatasaray, bro, right? A club that was nowhere near the radar to even get this.
But this is the thing. That doesn't matter. He's on a certain amount of money. Neither you or I know what his commitments are, but I was very fortunate in one of my previous jobs where I spent a lot of time around footballers. So many of them support their wider families. They support big charities, organizations, building homes and all sorts of things. Maybe he can't afford to go from nearly 300 grand a week to 65, 75 as a base. And this is it. As much as we think it's obscene amounts of money and you could never run out, if you're suddenly supporting, like Mane was at Liverpool, multiple brothers and sisters, children going to school, building homes back in your homeland, you can't afford to take half a pay. You can't afford to half your money. And I think we have to look at it that you wouldn't half your money for a new job, Don. You wouldn't.
I said the exact same thing on my channel about the situation, bro. I said, we don't know what his expenses are, right? I understand that point of view. But what I'm saying is, if he did what he needed to do in terms of scoring the goals, getting us back into Champions League, he would be rewarded, bro. Right? And
you know what I'm doing? You know that offer I've sent you?
Yeah.
We're halving it now until the money until the new, and I'm going to set higher number goals, and then I'll pay you what I offered you. That's what I'm going to do. You've convinced me to half your offer now, Don. Thank you.
No, bro, no.
I'm only joking.
This guy, yeah, bro. Listen, he could have come and create a legacy for himself, yeah. Because we've got a bunch of creators in the team, right? The likes of Sancho, the likes of Palmer, the likes of Reece James, the likes of Felix, the likes of Nkuku. There's so many guys that can supplement for this guy that he will be scoring a lot of goals and will help him get his bonuses, bro. Right? But he was thinking too much. Oh no, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's an African thing, isn't it? Clearly, I'm African myself. I know what it's like. I know what it's like, bro. David, you know, I'm African myself. I can say these things. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah. African men don't want to drop their peas like that. You know what I'm trying to say? I hear it, but at the end of the day, it's Chelsea, isn't it? It's Chelsea. So, bro, let him enjoy Galatasaray. Let's see where it ends up next. bro.
I bet you he turns up and scores a stupid amount of goals.
He's only there for 6 months. He's got a break clause, so if any club comes in January, you can go.
But they've put a 130 million euro release clause in his contract, and he's trying to negotiate down to 75.
Yeah, this clearly is just a one-stop thing, and then he gets his move next summer. And
he's asking for some break clause or something in January, bro. Like he's done himself, Tom. He's done himself. His agent needs to get sacked. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't think the way Napoli have dealt with it though, like completely excluded him, giving the number 9 to Lukaku before he's even in a Napoli shirt. Like I don't think they've dealt with it.
It's a bad look on him now, but I don't think he's done himself and his career is fucked after this. I think it's just a case of he goes as 6 to 12 months in Turkey and then comes back and is sold for like 60 million quid. And all of a sudden, this gets sort of forgotten about. Like it's not that deep. I don't get why all of a sudden I'm now seeing Chelsea fans turn on him and go, "Oh, well, he was crap anyway. Why would he want him anyway?"
Nah. I'm not gonna do that. I just think it's a bozo for making the decision that he did, bro. Because now he's ended up at Galatasaray, bro. That's a joke.
Yes, but
no one here.
It's not a prison sentence. It's not. He's not there for 9 years. He's there for 1.
Bro, he ruined it. He ruined it for us. He actually ruined it for us. we were linked to Tony, right? Tony ended up going to Saudi. They were never going to sign 2 players. We were waiting for Osimhen to give us the green light. If we had gone back for Duran, they would have straight away said 80 million. 80 million if you want Duran now, because we've come in on deadline day and clearly Duran is actually someone they can use in their squad. They would have done to us what happened to United Anthony. They would have extorted us, right? Initially it was like 40 million. We would have got 80 million quotes now for Duran, bro.
So shouldn't Chelsea have figured out what Osimhen wanted money-wise before putting in offers for him and exposing their negotiating position?
They would have known, Tom, but end of the day...
So then why didn't you just... If you knew how much he wanted and you knew you couldn't pay that, why make the offer and expose how much you've got?
It was a game of poker to see who cracks first, because like David said, it was only us and Saudi that wanted this guy. If there was other clubs involved like Man City and that Arsenal and that, obviously they'll be offering good wages, right? And we would have to match that. But it was only us, so they probably thought, yeah, he's gonna pick us. In the end,
right? But the point is, Chelsea were after a striker this summer. The names you mentioned there: Tony, Duran, Osimhen.
Yeah.
Tony was available all window until the deadline. Duran has been available for large parts of this window, and yet you waited until the very end to go buy a player who, for argument's sake, you knew you couldn't pay what he wanted, and there was a chance that the deal wouldn't come off. That to me just seems stupid. That was what we done last year, and it was stupid then, and it's what you've done now, and it looks stupid. You should, the moment you know you can't pay him what he wants, you move on. You go find a target who actually wants to be there and wants to play, rather than a guy who's so money motivated.
I get what you're saying, Tom. I would fully hear it if there was better options available to him, but it's the fact that it was Saudi, bro. Even when Saudi offered him the crazy wages, he was waiting for Chelsea. He was still prioritizing us. That's what
I hear that. This here says, I'm a Chelsea fan, and even I know that Osimhen offer was disrespectful. He gets called a bum for taking something he's less worth. Delusional Don. He also says Don wants Osimhen to come to the club, be our top striker, help us to the Champions League, but pay him less than Nkunku, Enzo, Palmer. That's disrespectful as shit.
Bro, we don't. Here. I know there's been a few numbers floating about, but I don't see Chelsea offering this guy 65k a week, bro. That's less than Carney, right? There's no way. There's no way that we would offer this guy 65k.
Well, yeah. Listen, I mean, either way, I mean, we just know you've not gone above the 150, 160 cap mark, and even then, at those levels. I've been. I mean, you had a lot of fights about this last year, Tony. It's at Ten Hag in, but his tactics and decision making is going to get him fired. But I'm wavering now. Who can replace him? Well, look, there are options out there, and look, if Man United depends what you did. I mean, Tuchel's still available as an example. You've got Van Nistelrooy that's still in the club right now, but again, I think you have to then go out into the market and you have to go, well, can we prize somebody? Man United should be able, even at this particular juncture, to be able to prize someone away from a club. Offer the money and prize somebody away. That is doable in my opinion. We've got 30 million pound coming in for Sancho. 20 to 25 million plus his salary gone. So we're saving 50 million pounds on Sancho. Use that to get a top manager. The post match where journalists dropped 10 faults on Ten Hag is embarrassing. He deflected with his 2 trophies. And do you know what's funny? Trophies are the most important part of football. I agree. But it's also where they're not the only part of the conversation. So again, if you're part of Standards FC and you go trophies only matter, then you have to agree with what Ten Hag has said. But we all know your league performances and your league consistency is the ultimate barometer for where you are in the game. Ten Hag looks like a guy who climbed over a glass wall to check what was on the other side.
that laugh that he did was evil, brother. It was evil.
I know. Don wants Osimhen to... Sorry, I already read that one out. My apologies.